How many back of the lorry died? How many people are freezing at the moment to death in the camps or behind the border of the Europe? Who done this? A good Muslim done that? Would the Prophet ﷺ does to his ummah? It's his ummah. The people call him, we want to make a Khalifa, we want to ummah, and taking the ummah off of the country and push him in the sea? Or was the Pharaoh pushed the people in the sea? You push them in the sea, the people die, the children are dying there. Is that you want to make an ummah? What do you want to make? These are the some because the criminal, if they bring him to justice, I hope they bring him sometime to justice, to say, why are you doing that? Why you hijacked the image of Islam and destroyed it like a warmonger? Why you made the Prophet ﷺ in the satire say he's got a bomb in his head and whatever, subhanAllah. Who made it? I did. You didn't. Why you done that things which they talk about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says he's a worst God ever. Subhanallah. You can see what they say, brother. And the Prophet ﷺ warned us. Therefore, what we need to do, my brothers, these are the non-believer of us. Non-believer. Maybe one or two or three of you get to, they are innocent and they groom to that. Many English people come from there. Few of them I knew them. I worked with the government time to time, advised the government and the Muslim Council of Britain. I used to be the chair of education and advise the government. And the innocent person, very, very innocent young Muslim came, my young English came to Islam. Beautiful. To introduce him to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They hijacked him as well. These brothers. And they take him now, his parents is in trouble. His parents are English, good Christian. He says, he came to me, Sheikh, what we done? Which he deserved that. I said, subhanAllah, I'm very sorry. Anything I can do, I'll do. But of course, it's the government and the rule and regulation. Therefore, my brothers, don't get full of these people. Go for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Go for the Quran. They are not, if you say, for example, these are infidel, these are not infidel. None of them are infidel. Even Richard Dawkins, if you know that, you understand the top atheists. I'm a da'i in Allah. Alhamdulillah, thousands of people came to Islam with that. I see everyone as a potential Muslim. Even my wife sitting down there a few weeks ago came to Islam. Alhamdulillah. Just Allah. All are potential Muslims. You look at them as the potential Muslims to see what happened after that. The Prophet ﷺ, they were shouting and screaming and stoning in his face and stone. There was blood everywhere. Gabriel ﷺ came and said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, let me know I can destroy them in that 2 months. I destroyed them in 2 months. He said, if you destroy them, who am I going to bring it to Islam then? Who I bring it to Islam? These are the people. Umar radiallahu anhu. Umar radiallahu anhu. May Allah bless his soul. He was a vicious person before than Islam. He was hitting his sister because his sister was in Islam. And when I read what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Ya Allah, please open Umar's heart to Islam. And he came to Islam. The man, which was very vicious, his heart comes like a gold. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, you have to remember, these people here are potential brothers and potential sisters. I talked to Richard Dawkins. I don't know, anybody knows Richard Dawkins? The top atheist in the world. Top atheist in the world. He's got the potential to come to Islam. If I tell him between the Christianity, Muslim, and the Islam and the Judaism, which one he accepts, he says, my brothers, Islam is a beautiful thing. Everybody knows. Even Satan, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes against it, he knows Islam is good, excellent. But she's taking it off, you know. But you have to remember, these are, like again, terrorists. These are all, my opinion, you don't kill innocent people. You don't put a bomb yourself and kill little children. And a Muslim together with it. In 7/11 Mexican or 9/11 was about 200 Muslims was there. How on a what? Oh, okay, you kill the other one. On a one authority, you're killing a Muslim too. You're killing an innocent baby too. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if you kill one person, you know, one person, you like to kill innocent person, you like to kill the whole world. If you bring the one person to life, you kill the whole.
We thank Honorable Sheikh. May Allah reward you abundantly. I am sure most of us would have learned one or two things in relation to Islam, violence, and terrorism. I will allow a second speaker to have something to say regarding this after welcoming him and saying Jazakumullahu khairan for him to have left whatever it is as a program today to come and honor our event in Allahu Wahid. May Allah reward you abundantly. And that is Sheikh Muntaqoh Abimbade. He will have a say regarding Islam, violence, terrorism, and how can we as youth, the children of Islam, how can we benefit from this? How can we change the modality of Islam and the thinking of our community? How can we change things around? But before I do that, my brothers, my sisters, if you know from within yourself that you are a Muslim, if you believe in yourself and believe in your faith as a Muslim, regardless you being born into Islam or not, if you're a convert, if you're a born Muslim, I want you to know something for sure. And what is it is? Terrorism is an invention. Some people somewhere invent the word terrorist. Who is a terrorist? That is somebody who is inflicting terror upon your brother, upon the next person to you, upon your neighbor, upon the people you live together, upon your community, upon the country that you live in, or the world at large. My brothers and sisters, Islam, as you've heard from Sheikh, Islam is very beautiful. And Islam is a religion of principle that Allah has given to all of us so we can live a peaceful life amongst each other. And I'm saying to you today, if anybody here understands Islam, every single thing that Allah says He forbids us to do is what the shaitan and his soldiers are making so glittery. People, I want all of us to look into this world today. The essence of all this, the rationale behind all this war or violence that is going around us today is the beauty of all the haram that Allah forbids. Money is behind this. Power is behind this. Petrol, oil is behind all this? What are they fighting for? Me and you don't understand the concept of terrorism that is going on in the world today. We don't understand the reason why people are fighting. We don't understand the reason why governments of different countries are going against each other. But the best they can say today is Islam and Islamophobia. They want the world to be scared of Islam. They want the world to be scared of Muslim. And what are we Muslims doing? From what you should take home from what our Honorable Sheikh said today, is you yourself, what is your mission? How do you want to clear or clean Islam in your community? What do you want to take home from today? I want you to listen carefully to our second speaker. Here is some view and pick from it, and please build up your questions because we will have enough time to ask questions, and honorably we will deal with your questions in due course. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده سبحانه وتعالى ونعوذ به من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلله فلا هادي له أبدا أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله شهادة حق وشهادة يقين وشهادة خضوع وشهادة استسلام والصلاة والسلام على نبي الهدى محمد بن عبد الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. حضرة الحاضرين والحاضرات السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. All praises and admirations are due to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has made it possible for everyone to be here today. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continuously bless the best of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And I say a big salam to my Sheikh, in person of our doctor, our Sheikh, that was speaking when I came in, and my honorable Sheikh, wa alaikum salam Sheikh, my honorable Sheikh, brother, in person of Sheikh Abdul, and to the youths that organized this very, very beautiful event. I think I only know one of them, one sister, Sakina. I don't know her, but I think I've spoken to her 1 or 2 times. And every other person, I say Jazakumullahu khairan. If only all our associations and all our Muslim organizations could take things like this as priority at this point in time. It is not news again that Islam is facing Islam is in a difficult moment. And when you look at the difficult moment Islam has actually faced in the past, it was brought upon Islam by the enemies of Islam. Go back to the days of Prophet Muhammad. All the difficult moments were brought about by non-Muslims. But I can say today, the difficult moments Islam is facing today is brought upon us by our fellow Muslims, brothers and sisters. Those who think they know more than us, those who think there is more meaning, there is more translation to what the Quran says. When the Quran says Alif Lam Mim, they think they understand Alif Lam Mim more than all the Mufassirun in the past. When the Quran says Alif Lam Mim Sad, they have their own interpretation. They have so many things in their head. And it annoys me a lot when I hear people say, oh, they are not Muslims, don't call them. If I don't call Abdul Salam, if I don't call him a Muslim, what will I call him? If I don't call somebody that goes into a place, he blows people up, and he says Allahu Akbar, if I don't call him a Muslim, what would I call him? So it is high time we accepted that Islam, there is a cancer within us. We have something that is eating us up. the more we try to say this is not our problem, this is not part of us, they are not Muslims, the more they gain ground. When ISIS started, nobody took them serious because we were all saying those ones. See where they are today. It's the same thing, the same problem we have with extremism. And extremism, I always think, with due respect to my Sheikh here, I always think extremism is more of a problem than terrorism. And why I say this is, extremism breeds terrorism. When somebody sees the non-Muslim as being inferior, when you think you have a non-Muslim, you cannot integrate in that community. You cannot integrate, you cannot liaise with a non-Muslim. That is where terrorism comes in. Because you might say, oh, I'm just saying that, I don't mean to kill them. There's somebody next to you that is listening to you that will go a step further than you have gone. And that is why I see this program as a very, very good program. Let me say one or two things. My Sheikh, they've said a lot, but I will just point out one or two things about Islamic teaching on war and violence. I will say this and I will say this and I will say this, and I want to be quoted anywhere. Islam does not entertain war. Islam does not entertain violence. When I say this outside, people tell me, oh, where is it the Quran? The Quran says kill this, kill that. I let that person finish talking, and I say, okay, fine, thank you. You've brought about the verses. But without mentioning words, I can quote 4, 5, 6 verses of the Old Testament that says, go into the city, kill them, do not spare a single human being. Go. We have those verses in Numbers of the Old Testament. We have them in other chapters of the Old Testament. Does Christians, do they now say God is addressing them now? No. Those things were just narration of events. And the same thing with the Quran. When you see places where the Quran talks about war, what happens between the Prophet and the non-Muslims, it is just a narration of events that happened. So we can think and we can know about our past. We can appreciate what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what he did in terms of fighting, in terms of propagating Islam. And that does not mean when you read the verse, that means you go out and kill people. No. And let's celebrate Islam. Let people know the good side of Islam. Today, when you put Prophet Muhammad's name in Google and the internet, you will see so many words that comes up. Like killer, bloodthirsty prophet. They say so many things about him. And I always say it anywhere I go to that. That is just sheer ignorance. Because if you study the history of Prophet Muhammad, it's got nothing to do with terrorism. This was the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like our Sheikh said. They stoned him, he was full of blood, and even Jibreel was asking him that, tell Allah to what? To destroy them all. To take them, and Prophet Muhammad says, if he destroys them, who will I preach to? Sallallahu. That's the same Prophet that came back to Mecca after so many problems he had. He was chased out, they killed his daughter while she was pregnant, Zainab. They threw feces on him when he was praying. They did so many bad things to him. They killed his relatives, they killed Hamza, they killed his most beloved person in Hamza. They did so many things to Prophet Muhammad. When he came back to Mecca, what did he do? They brought all of them to him. They told him, this is the person that killed Zainab, your daughter, when she was pregnant, 8 months pregnant. This is the person that killed Hamza. This is the person that did this. This is the person that did that. They are now prisoners of war. Prophet, what do we do to them? Prophet Muhammad started crying. He looked at all of them. He said, what do you think is the right judgment for all of you today? I am not going to judge. You judge. You tell me what you think I can do to you. You that killed Zainab, Do I tell them to go and bring your daughter, impregnate her, she's 8 months pregnant?